Every single time you click a link, type in a web address, or just refresh a page, there's this secret conversation happening in the background. It's like a hidden language between your browser and the website server, and today, we're going to learn how to speak it.
We've all been there, right? You hit that frustrating 404 not found page. It feels like you've just slammed into a digital brick wall. But what is the internet actually trying to tell you? Because it's not just some random error. It's a very specific message, and it's just one of many.
So at its heart, an HTTP status code is really just the server's reply to your request. And to make this super simple, let's think about it like this. Imagine you're at a restaurant. Your browser is you placing an order. The website, that's the restaurant's kitchen. The status code is just the waiter coming back to tell you what's up with your food.
Okay, so first up we have the good stuff, the green lights. These are the 200 series codes, and in our restaurant, this means everything is going perfectly. The waiter is smiling, and your meal is on its way.
The most common one, and here's the funny part, you'll almost never actually see it, is 200 OK. It just means your order was understood, made perfectly, and brought right to your table. Simple as that. A 201 created, that's like you asking for extra cheese and the waiter coming back to confirm, yep, got it, extra cheese is on there. And 204 no content, well, think of that as asking the waiter to take away your empty plate. They do it, the job is done, but there's nothing new to bring back to you. The action was a success, there's just no new content to show for it.
So let's move on to the 300 series. I want you to think of this as the restaurant needing to send you somewhere else, just for a moment. It's not an error, it's just a little detour. Let's see how that works.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. The difference between a 301 and a 302. A 301, moved permanently, means your favorite dish has a brand new, permanent home on the menu. Your browser actually remembers that for next time. But a 302 found is temporary. That's like the soup of the day being served from a special cart just for today. Tomorrow, it'll be right back where it usually is.
All right, now for the ones you've definitely seen before, the 400 series errors. This is where things turn red, because in our restaurant, the problem isn't with the kitchen, it's with how you place the order.
And here it is, the big one, the most famous number on the entire internet, the error code that everybody knows, even if they don't know why. This is the one that got us started.
So what does it really mean? It's simple. A 404 error just means you asked for something that isn't there. You walked into the restaurant and ordered a dish they have never, ever served. The waiter comes back and says, sorry, that's not on the menu. The mistake was yours, not the kitchen's.
Now this is a fantastic distinction you need to know. A 401 unauthorized means you tried to order from a special menu, but you need to prove who you are first, like showing your ID to order a drink. But a 403 forbidden is totally different. That means you showed them your ID, they know exactly who you are, but you're still not allowed to order that dish. You're just not on the list.
And one other common one you'll see is a 400 bad request. This is basically the digital equivalent of mumbling your order. You said something, but it was so garbled that the waiter just tilts their head and says, I have no idea what you just asked for. Again, the problem started on your end.
But what happens when it's absolutely not your fault? Well, that brings us to the 500 series server errors. Now, the problem is with the restaurant. You place your order perfectly, but the kitchen is having a complete meltdown.
This is the big one from the other side. A 500 error is the kitchen's distress signal. It's telling you that something has gone very, very wrong behind the scenes, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you or your order.
So a 500 internal server error is basically a catch-all for when the website's server just runs into a problem it doesn't know how to handle. In our restaurant, this is a total crisis in the kitchen. Maybe the oven exploded, maybe the chef just walked out. It's a generic, we can't make your dish right now message, and there is nothing you, the customer, can do about it.
And you'll see other kinds of kitchen problems too. A 502 bad gateway? That's like your waiter trying to talk to the chef, but the chef just shouts back nonsense. A 503 service unavailable means the kitchen is just overwhelmed and has temporarily stopped taking new orders. And a 504 gateway timeout? Oh, that's when your waiter sent your order back to the kitchen and is just standing there waiting and waiting because the kitchen isn't responding at all.
Okay, so we've decoded this whole secret language of the web. Pretty cool, right? But why does this actually matter to you? What's the real takeaway here?
Well, for starters, you can now diagnose problems instantly. You'll know if the issue is on your end, a 400 error, or on their end, a 500 error. You can finally stop mashing the refresh button on a page with a 503 error, because now you know their kitchen is just temporarily closed.
You're not in the dark anymore. You're an informed user who actually gets how the web works. And really, that's the power of it. This isn't just about numbers and error messages. By understanding this secret conversation, you don't just use the internet, you understand it on a much, much deeper level. The question is, what are you going to do with your new superpower?